Imam, aged 84, and Ihsan Al-Janabi, age 86. The first, inshallah, the cemetery to which the grave will be, the deceased will be taken is Glen Oaks, and for Brother Shihab, Meadowvale, and for Brother Ihsan Al-Janabi as well, Meadowvale Cemetery. So just a little reminder before we do begin with the method of performing the salat. As for the two who reach the age of 84 and 86, there is a hadith in which the Prophet ﷺ is reported to have said, and this hadith by Albani has been classified as sahih, مَا مِن مُسْلِمٍ يَشِيبُ فِي الْإِسْلَامِ إِلَّا كَانَتْ لَهُ نُورًا يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ. There isn't anybody who reaches old age in Islam except that this old age that they reached in Islam will be a nur, a celestial light for them on the Day of Judgment. The Day of Judgment is a day of horrendous happenings, a day that's horrifying, a day that's going to be pitch black darkness, and it's on that day that we're going to be in dire need of nur. And for those that Allah blessed with a long life in Islam, they made it. This is a guarantee on the tongue of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. إِلَّا كَانَتْ لَهُ نُورًا يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ. For those elderly that I'm looking at while I say this, I salute you. For those of us youngsters, we have a long way to go. The bottom line is that every single one of us has to prepare. And as for Brother Jed, last night I was sitting with my mom and dad, and I received the news while I was sitting with them, and I told them that on November 25th, just like a month, less than a month and a half ago, a brother took his shahada. He was 17 years old. Judd was his name. He passed away. 1.5 months. And Allah took him back. I mean, these are really special reminders for every single one of us. As for two of them, they've made it. As for the other one, all he's got to give accountability for before Allah on the Day of Judgment is 1.5 months. And I just read a little bit. One of the brothers shared with me, this man's character, his demeanor, his jovial nature was remarkable. I can imagine when someone like this, inshallah, someone like this stands before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the Day of Judgment, it's going to be nice for them. This is what every single one of us is working towards. These janais that we perform on it. Yesterday we performed 3. Today we're performing 3. This is an eye-opener for every single one of us. One day it's going to be you and me. Before we leave, let us build a legacy. We don't know if we're going to make it to 84 and 86. Our story might not be as beautiful as Brother Jed's. Less than 1.5 months and off he goes and returns to Allah. Allahu Akbar. This is something that's just so beautiful, so nice to hear in troubled times like this. We don't know if that's going to be our stories though. We don't know if we're going to live so long in Islam. They left in Islam 84 years in a world that's rocked by doom and gloom. Allah allowed them to live through the entire period and leave with Islam. What a great accomplishment Allah blessed them with. But they made it. Will that be you and I as we draw closer to the end of times? We don't know. It's why every moment that Allah has blessed us with, take advantage of it to cement our legacy. Do something with which we'll be proud of ourselves when we stand before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the Day of Judgment, knowing we did something while we were here. Let us not stand before Allah and the only thing that we had was a well that somebody probably else built for us on our names after we left. That's what we want our legacy to be. Some good charitable work that somebody did, somebody else did for us. That's great, meritorious and virtuous, rewarding and excellent. But that's not all. Do something with which we want to stand before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the Day of Judgment, completely happy, joyful, that we know we have something to look forward to. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for us. Again, Jed's Janazah will be going to Glen Oak Cemetery in Oakville, and Brother Shihab Ahmed Al-Imam's Janazah to the Meadowvale Cemetery along with Brother Ihsan Al-Janabi, and both, so Brother Shihab's will go to Section 18, And Brother Ihsan of Genovese will go to section number 34. We will perform the Salatul Janazah just now. And the method